Hi, it's me again, and another headline that made me chuckle a little bit. Did you see this one? This was out a couple of weeks ago. Look. BBC gears up for licence fee battle after year of turmoil. A year of turmoil? Turmoil was the BBC's middle name. All you ever get is turmoil and scandal and poor management and waste of money and not pleasing the people that pay the 159 quid a year. It has been a bad year for the BBC. I mean, we all remember seeing Hugh Edwards' bare arse scattered all over the internet from that one, and he's still not back at work, is he? There's been a few other things. It was Tim Westwood. He was in trouble this year, BBC person. They had this line here, which I won't say out loud. They had Gary Lineker's social media use. It's just a pretty standard year for the BBC. No, it even says here, there's one I forgot about. Look, Richard Sharp as chairman. Richard Sharp, who had zero qualifications for the gig, was appointed as chairman of the BBC. How did he manage to get that cushy gig when he has zero experience for the job? No, he's got some powerful friends that owed him a favour. So, yeah, a year of turmoil. Yeah, all right. They are just turmoil. It has also faced questions about his handling of complaints made against his former radio presenter Russell Brand, who has been accused of that thing following a newspaper interview earlier this year. He vehemently denies the allegations. Yeah, they are allegations, so I'm not going to go accusing him of anything. But let's not forget that Russell Brand, when he worked full-time for the BBC, he was a Radio 2 presenter, wasn't he, had a massive scandal and did a horrible, abhorrent thing live on BBC Radio. They didn't cut the feed. They didn't take it off air. They let him get on with it. So, yeah, it's not good, the BBC, sometimes, is it? Beleaguered BBC journalists reeling from cuts which will see Newsnight's running time shortened and reporting team acts were heartened by the appointment of Samir Shah. As a new chairman who is a bit more professional now, has the qualifications for the job and has worked for the BBC before. Probably quite a good appointment, the new chairman, to be fair. But yeah, Newsnight's being cut. They're changing all of that to try and save millions a year. What good news has come out of the BBC recently? 3.7 billion quid a year they take from people. What are they doing? What are they doing with it and for it? I don't know. So Mr. Shah, who is the new chairman, will lead the BBC's response to the forensic examination of the licence fee, which was announced by Culture Secretary Lucy Fraser, which will identify a sustainable funding model for the BBC that is fit for the digital age we are in today. It doesn't fill me with confidence, that small paragraph, because Mr. Shah is a supporter of the BBC. If you look at his history, he's worked for the BBC before. He's also worked for commercial channels before. He knows how they both work, but he is a supporter of the BBC. Culture and Media Secretary Lucy Fraser is a supporter of the BBC. She has said that. So she put there a sustainable funding model for the BBC that is fit for the digital age we are in today. No point there does it say or even suggest that a licence fee is going in order for them to be a subscription model or show ads. Fit for the digital age we are in today seems to change it from, in my mind, from a licence fee to a media tax. That's what the government love a tax, don't they? Is that not what it sounds like to you? That's what it sounds like to me. Maybe I'm just being Nancy negative again, I don't know. A BBC source said subscription wouldn't generate enough income to support the BBC's current services from radio to education. The incentive would be to only make programming that retains subscribers, and the technical obstacles are huge. Let me just break that one down just quickly. Subscription wouldn't generate enough income to support the BBC. Is that because no one would want to subscribe because there's a load of tat on your network? Probably. The incentive would be to only make programming that retains subscribers. Isn't that the point? Isn't that the point? They're not incentivised, the BBC, to make stuff people want to watch at the minute. If they're a commercial like ATV, you've got to make stuff people want to watch because you need viewing figures to get advertisers in. The BBC don't have that problem. They get 3.7 billion quid a year for doing naff all. naff all. So yeah, they need to be incentivized to make programming that retains subscribers. That's the point. Viewers, you make programming people want to watch. I'm no TV expert, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And the technical obstacles are huge. No, they're not. No, they're not. Every TV that you buy nowadays has iPlayer built in. Every phone, tablet, laptop can access BBC iPlayer. To go on BBC iPlayer, you have to sign in. Is it a big technical obstacle to charge for that sign-in? Is it? Really? So, I'm no expert, but it doesn't sound that hard to me. Advertising would take billions out of other commercial public service broadcasters without giving the BBC enough reliable income to maintain quality, they said. What quality is that then? What quality is that then? I don't think the BBC are putting out a lot of quality programming at the minute. You never hear people raving that much about anything they've seen on the BBC. Advertising would take billions out of other commercial public... I disagree with that. I disagree with that. The advertising market has never been hotter. There's never been more services showing adverts ever. Even the streaming services do it now. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Discovery Plus all have plans where you can watch advertising to supplement the monthly fee. You know, and when you see an ad, like if you see an ad on ITV, that ad isn't just being shown on ITV, is it? It's being shown on Channel 4, it's being shown on Sky Channel, it's being shown on Channel 5, whatever. There is enough advertising to go around. I don't buy that argument. And if there's not enough advertising to go around, then you're even more incentivized to make better programming to get more viewers so you can get your share of the advertising. Isn't that what we want? Everybody wins that way. We don't have to pay the 159 quid a year. The BBC have to make their own money. They're incentivized to make better stuff, which means they're working harder for the money and doing a better job and driving the industry forward. And we benefit by getting better stuff to watch. Everybody wins. Insiders said the BBC hopes to fill a £400 million funding gap, exasperated by a licence fee increase of £10.50 next year. Yet, they're spending a lot of money. They've got new studios coming on. They're wasting money left, right and centre. And let's not forget the EastEnders set was 87 million bloody quid. They're trying to make a big spending gap because if they had money left over, I've said it a few times on this channel, if they had money left over from their 3.7 billion quid a year they get every year, then people would say we're paying them too much. So they've got to have a big deficit. I mean, they're blowing 300 million quid a year on the world service. For what? The 3 people in Afghanistan that listen to it, scrap it off. It's just spreading propaganda. And then I've pretty much filled your funding gap, BBC. Haven't I? I don't know. It just winds me up. It's going to be an interesting year this year. I think we're going to start hearing some answers this year of what is going to happen with the licence fee. I think it's going to be an interesting year for it. We had an interesting year for it last year. I think it's going to be an interesting year this year as well. Don't you think? Let me know what you think about all of this. If you want to read this article, I'll put a link to it down in the description below. Have a look and leave your comment as well. While you're down there having a look at that and leaving your comment, hit all the buttons and that, because if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.